It is my pleasure to welcome you all to Luce Park, 68 acres, and to celebrate Arbor Day 2018. He that plants trees loves others beside himself. And that's by Thomas Fuller.
Lord, as we come to you today, we thank you for the beauty of your creation, the trees that offer us shelter and shade and food and building materials and even paper products. We thank you for the aesthetic beauty of trees and the awe that they give us, even inspiration as we sit quietly in an orchard or a forest or even in a park like this and enjoy the beauty of your creation and experience your presence.
For 30 years, the City of Kansas City has reached all the goals they need to become a Tree City USA by Arbor Day Foundation. So that's very impressive. This year they get a special award for 30 years. So congratulations, Kansas City.
Many of our presidents were obsessed with trees, although George Washington did not chop down his father's favorite cherry tree. But Thomas Jefferson was a skilled horticulturist, and he planted many species on his estate at Monticello. Washington and Jefferson even traded seedlings at the first Constitutional Congress. Teddy Roosevelt, of course, profoundly shaped this country by his ideas of wilderness and forests, and in turn he created our national forests and the national forest system. Very few people appreciate that Franklin Roosevelt's love for trees ran very deep as well. For many years he listed his profession as tree grower rather than lawyer or politician.
Good morning. If planting a tree is to plant for the future, then surely planting a fruit tree is an act of feeding the future. It is this future that the founders of Giving Grove, Kevin, Greg, and Ray, are planning for. Not only planting orchards in communities, but empowering stewardship teams comprised of individuals from the orchards communities to care and nurture for them.
You know, every great and important movement in our world that we live in requires a really great idea. It requires an idea person to make things happen and change in the world that we live in. And we're fortunate here in that Kevin and a couple of his colleagues came up with what I believe to be a brilliant idea. Let's teach people, neighborhoods, how to grow their own healthy food. Let's empower them with the tools to be successful. Let's teach them about the importance of soil biology and keeping that soil healthy so that that tree can build a strong immune system. And we're very excited about the fact that we now have 145 of these little orchards growing in our city with neighborhoods caring for them.
We recognize that some communities have multiple environmental and health stressors, and some of these very same communities have been identified as food deserts. This group certainly recognizes all the environmental benefits of trees, but the project goes a step further and will provide, again, healthy, fresh food in neighborhoods where healthy food sources may be miles away. The $30,000 grant EPA has awarded last year to the Giving Grove through the Kansas City Community Gardens hopefully will help repurpose vacant properties and bring sustainable food production practices to Kansas Cityans in the urban core. And while it may be a small grant, I think you folks, more than any others, understand that not one of these large trees around us didn't start from a small seed. So we hope that that's the case here with this program as well.